I'm back again.
Yeah, we're back. In the last video, I was basically just glazing Thor for 20 minutes, and I'm not done. That last video was supposed to cover Thor in Infinity War as well, but I felt like it would not be right to talk only about Thor in that movie, when this whole movie, oh my god, I could yap for hours about how this is the greatest piece of fiction ever released by mankind, but this shit would be like 2 hours long. So I decided I'm gonna break this whole into 3 parts. So all I gotta say is, DJ, play my music. The movie opens up right where we left off. Thanos with the most terrifying, bone-chilling, skin-curling pull-up of all time. The way this ship completely engulfed Thor's ship, I don't even think y'all niggas understand how big this hole really is. This is the size of a regular human next to Thor's ship, and this is Thanos. I ain't gonna lie, the second I seen that, I'm hitting the jets, bro. I just watched my home get turned into space dust, and now I gotta get ran up on by the universal terrorists telling me to run my pockets? Nah, you can keep this, bro. I'm out. We see the carnage that happens inside the ship, and we see all these dead bodies and none of our heroes. But I keep getting distracted by this D1 glazer. Oh my god, I've never seen this much glaze on this level. Nigga talking about, rejoice, for you are about to die at the hands of the children of Thanos.
Shut your lame ass up, nigga.
But I ain't even gonna lie, I know I'm supposed to be hating, but he low-key spitting bars right here. Put this brother in the mosque, let him preach. We didn't get this shit right here, and this nigga is already horrifying. Nigga trying so hard to get an off guard, and he begins to preach, and this is when we knew that this movie was gonna be a banger. They've been hyping him up for 10 years, and the first thing we see him do is hold up the strongest Avenger like a duffel bag, and look at his fit. I can see Wisdom K in the back taking notes. Hold on, let him cook. He walks up to Loki and straight up tells him that he better cough off the space stone and ups the beam to Thor's head and tells him to choose. But Loki hit him with the chunks.
I don't know him. I don't know.
I bet. But Loki caves in and hands over the cube, but whole time this was an alley-oop for the Hulk to come in and spear Thanos. And nah, we're not gonna push past and address the elephant in this room. Cause do you really expect me to believe that they got this raging baby ass to sit still the whole time? But I'ma let it slide, cause this nigga about to throw hands with Thanos. He starts it off with the right, then makes him look both ways as if he's crossing the street. Then he pins him to the wall and... Nigga, block? There's no way, bro. Run that back. Nah, look at his face. This is not the same Hulk that stopped an entire space lizard with one single punch. Thanos then decks him in the jaw, and look at him holding his face like, ah, my tooth. He tries to swing but gets blocked and can't with a 2-piece. Pose so crazy I can't even think of a joke to make. He then hits a weave, back shot, block, and it's just straight headshots from here. He then picks him up and slams him down as if it's the Royal Rumble. Nah, folding the Hulk within the first 10 minutes of your appearance is what I call a debut. Heimdall then uses his power to send Hulk back to Earth and warn the Avengers, but Thanos did not like that one bit, so he sent him to the afterlife. Somehow Ebony Glaze got the space stone from Loki. I don't know how he did that, but okay. And Loki tries one more time to stop Thanos, and this look he gives Thor, as he says Odinson, to show him that he is a good person, should be hurting me, dog. But it was all in vain, cause we all know what happened. He gets his neck broke right in front of Thor's eyes and blows up his ship, leaving Thor with nothing. No best friend, no brother, no people, no weapon, no diamonds, not even his whip. Truly a man who's lost it all. Hulk lands on Earth right at Doctor Strange's feet. And this nigga is so shook up by Thanos, the first thing he did was fall into another man's arms. Alright, boy, chill, my girl is here. He goes back to the sanctum and Doctor Strange breaks down the Infinity Stones for him. And as he's right about to call Cap, they get interrupted. Because when Heimdall sent Hulk to warn them of Thanos pulling up, he meant the pull-up that's happening in 15 minutes. Like, bro, didn't even give him a chance to breathe. They're already in New York ready to snatch chains. And I got a question for y'all. Would y'all rather live in New York or Shibuya? Let's break it down. New York are cursing at people, fight for rats, 7-foot Ninja Turtles that can do 9 different variations of Kung Fu, and a giant lizard that wants to turn everyone into ugly ass dinosaurs. Not to mention an annual alien invasion. Where in Shibuya, well, I won't lie, they got so much worse. Every week they gotta experience some sort of bullshit. Imagine you out with your friends on Halloween and out of nowhere your homie gets turned into a fat worm. And as they're trying to escape, you run into this nigga. And next thing you know, you're staring face to face only to be put in a 1v1 with a nigga with the AK-47 and infinite ammo. And the whole time these niggas be calling him the king of spades. Yeah, I'm staying in New York, no questions asked. And wait, they pulled up 4 seconds ago. How did the city get this much destroyed? What did they even do in the space of these 15 seconds? Thanos said that if I get the stone, he's gonna give me my clarinet back. Dog. You ugly as hell, gang. Please get out of here. You scaring the host. See, that's where you're wrong, because what if the host scare me?
What?
He tells the big fella to go after Banner. I was sitting there hype as hell thinking that we finna see Hulk get his get back. But as he's walking towards them...
Are you serious, my brother?
No way do we have a Hulk with performance issues. Bro, what is happening? Someone give him a honey pack. But Hulk is embarrassing the entire squad. He saw the ugliest nigga in the universe clowning him and said, nah, I gotta show them who the real nigga is. And we get Tony's best suit and suit up with the nanotechnology encasing his whole body. I know he was bumping Little Baby while he was cooking this. He blocks Cull Obsidian and hits him with the left and then up the beam on him, sending him flying all the way back. And the ugly nigga is right behind him, and instead of just catching him, he just throws him into a car. Like, bro, you're a dickhead. Tony, that's so cool. What is that? I ain't gonna lie, gang, you guys are so heavy right now. Squidward throws 2 trees at them, but Wong is on defense, so we cool. But on the offensive side of the team, Doctor Strange notices that Bruce is still trying to get it up, so he subs him out, nearly killing him in the process. He throws a car at them, but as he's trying to block it, Tony comes in and blasts the car, ruining his spell. This is a scientist and a sorcerer. They are bound to be arguing over who's better. He charges in at them only to get sent down far away and lands in Central Park. Bruce walks up to him like, stop me back in, I can fight. Cull Obsidian tries to attack them, but Iron Man gets him out the way real quick. Hulk and Banner start having couples therapy mid-battle, and Bruce starts giving him the Floyd Mayweather treatment, and Hulk screams, no! Somehow, some way, Cull Obsidian's hammer turns into a big-ass shield. I don't know, his arm was a transformer? Tommy almost gets taken out the senses a whole movie early, but at the last second, he gets grabbed like a little kid and gets thrown. Iron Man begins blasting him, but ducks under his next attack, and Peter comes in only to get caught.
Step back, one-legged. What kind of shot is that? Have you ever shot that shot? Do you work on that shot? When?
He gets flung and Iron Man comes in spraying, only to get a car thrown at him. And Cull Obsidian is starting to piss me off, cause can this nigga not do anything other than throw shit? Like, bro,
Do something else! Do something else! That's it! That's all we want!
Spider-Man catches the car and flattens his head. We get a look at what Doctor Strange is doing, and we see the D1 Glazer levitate a bunch of Ronnie James jump shots and launch it at them. But then Doctor Strange and Wong, with that Deku and Bakugo teamwork, redirected back to him, and all that dick riding must have gotten into his head, cause how stupid do you have to be to use a car which has windows on it to block a bunch of spikes? Like, bro, he gets mad and decides the best way to get his lick back is to give Wong a shower. He wants it to be squeaky clean while he beats his ass. Doctor Strange finds out his name was Ebony, so he decides to back out the whip and drags him. And bro, he wants to snatch your chain. You should be keeping away from him. So why are you pulling him closer? And this right here is the consequences of his actions, because he gets pinned to the wall like a high school victim. But when he tries to reach for his chain, he gets burnt, and look at Strange cheesing. He's been waiting for something to G-check him. He throws him down, and when Strange gets up, he throws down his sets. But Ebony Maw was in the wrong hood. He was part of the gay niggas from outer space crew. He uses a hose to strangle Strange, had his eyes rolling back like a bitch, getting the most illustrious back shots. And as he's getting carried away, Ma forgot that his cape has its own consciousness. I don't know how that works. That whole made from 100% polyester. But this is, man, they fly past Tony and Peter, and Tony sends Peter after them. He chasing them, and when he's just at their heel, this dickhead just even Peter's like,
Really, nigga?
Ma uses metal bending to create this obstacle course for the cape, which actually works, but Strange gets caught by Peter, who gets caught by a UFO. And says hitting the Captain America, but Ma uses earth bending to get both of them. We go back to Iron Man and see him weave, but get caught and slammed. Cull Obsidian tries to finish the job, but Wong comes in freshly cleaned with the defense. And this dickhead waited until he jumped up to close the portal to chop his arm off. And Spider-Man is clinging to the side of the UFO, and he running out of air, so Tony blessed him with probably a top 3 Spider-Man suits of all time. But he didn't let bro cook. He sent him home immediately. After Ma gets the time stone, there's still one more stone left on Earth, and that's the Mind Stone with Vision. Vision and Wanda are out here camping in Czechoslovakia or something. They find out what happened in New York, and Vision gets stabbed straight in the back and is getting impaled into a new fit, not crazy. And as Wanda is about to get back for her man, she gets slammed by Proxima Midnight. I won't even like that name, is hard. And this movie really introduced us to the founder founder and co-founder of Sneak Nation. Because the moves these two were hit in this movie had me hit in the stank face every time. Wanda gets blasted into the building as Vision gets his head pierced. But Wanda gets back up and blasts both of them off him and carries him away while making sure he hits this very painful chimney. And I want all of you to listen to me when I tell you this. Wanda is one of the worst superheroes I've ever seen in my life. I hate this woman with a burning passion. When I'm done with this movie, I will make a video on how pathetic she is. But until then, I'm gonna leave y'all with this. They find a place to camp out for a bit, and as Wanda's healing him, they get found and each get put into an ISO. And everyone who has ever covered this movie has said the exact same thing. Vision was the biggest sellout in this whole movie. I know y'all think that might be crazy considering we have this fat stupid piece of shit that sold the whole fate of the universe over a birch. But that's expected from this useless, weak, powerless dumbass. But Vision had a generational run in Age of Ultron. Not only dropped one of the best speeches in the entire MCU, had one of the best entrances in the MCU, and he even had the God of Thunder, the big dog, co-signing him, saying he holds one of the greatest powers in the universe, only for him to get pinned to the wall by a G-League villain. We take a look at Wanda, and she and Proxima and Midnight are going weave for weave, but she gets blasted away and she is hot on her tail, nearly taking her head off. We take a look at Vision, and it looks like he's putting belt to ass on Corvus Glaive. Ups to beam on them, almost taking out Wanda in the process, but it gets sent right back to him, and we hear him screaming in the back, and Wanda had to bail him out again. And we see him in the same position as before. Like, bro, are you serious? Wanda comes in, blasts the shit out of Corvus, and as they're trying to fly away, Proxima snipes them out the air, crash landing into the station. But Wanda manages to break their fall, but that shit still look like it hurt. They can't catch a break because Vision can't move, and now it's a 2v1, but something catches Proxima Midnight's attention, and we see a figure standing in the shadows. And for all we know, this could be a crackhead looking for crack. But she immediately, without hesitation, throws her spear at him, but he is this clean and catches him. And with the new beard, new fit, he steps out staring down both of them. And Falcon comes in and kicks the shit out of her, sending her flying so far back. He sends his drone after him as... I want everyone to say it with me.
Man. She's so fine, she done pissing me off.
Yeah, that brother's starving.
Black Widow comes in with this legendary catch from Steve, slicing his leg, had him hitting the "will you marry me?" He swings at her, but who are you aiming for? Only to get stabbed in the liver. And bro, please close your mouth before you evaporate her eyebrows, gang. She gets off a 2-piece as Proxima pulls her weapon back and Steve comes in with the block, and it becomes a 2v1, only for Falcon to come in, kicking her in the chest. And I have 3 questions. Who are back shots? And my second question, who are back shots? And my last question, how are an A, B, and C tier team Avengers able to piece up 2 people that 2 alleged S tier Avengers couldn't lay a finger on?
Say, hold up, wait a minute, something ain't right.
But I am gonna enjoy doing the rest of this movie, because next week we go on a Titan.